it's basically a recreation of a live radio broadcast in the 1940s, and it's set in Manhattan. I know some productions have changed the setting to match where their location is, but so it's set in sort of a cosmopolitan radio station, and there are these 5 actors who work for this radio show who are performing a version of It's a Wonderful Life that night. So what you see on stage is basically a radio show that's telling the story of It's a Wonderful Life. So it's a little bit of a hybrid.
What's your deal with nostalgia, and why do you like it so much?
Well, gosh, it's just something that I think I've always found an affinity for. Ever since I was a child, my parents and my uncle were just really into older films and older television and that sort of thing, and I just latched onto it for some reason, and it felt like that was where I wanted to be rather than in the present time sometimes, if that makes sense.
What are you working on in the future?
Well, I'm working on a play that I'm developing up at Trinity Rep in Rhode Island, so I'm working on that play. I'm also going to do a really interesting project this January in New Haven at Fairlawn Furniture. There's a company called Theater 4, and they do, I think once a year they do this little festival called Acting Out, and it's environmental plays that are set in a certain location. This year it's in a furniture store, so I've been asked to write a 10-minute play for that, so that's been a really interesting experience.
And we have to talk about Annette Bening. What's it like to be told Annette Bening is going to star in your play?
Well, that was just a really incredible experience. I mean, so far it's been an incredible experience, and I'm sure it will continue to be. But when I first found out that Geffen Playhouse had licensed the play, basically every time the play gets licensed, the publisher sends me an email just automatically. So I noticed that they had licensed it, and I know Geffen Playhouse has quite a legendary, reputation and works with a lot of Hollywood stars and that sort of thing. And I noticed that they only booked it for 2 days at that point. So I had the feeling that, maybe it's some sort of benefit or something. So I eventually found out that yes, it was going to be a benefit. And then about maybe 2 weeks ago, I found out that Annette Bening had been cast to play Mary. The rest of the cast is still to be announced, but it's been really exciting. I mean, that's been one of the biggest things that's happened to me as far as having someone of that caliber work on a play of mine.